Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager for our Tudor Pro Cycling playthrough. We are currently in week 3 of the Tour de France. First of all, we are dominating the kilometers classification with Yannis Vazar. We are slightly failing in the points classification with Casper Andersen, but there's still a week to change that. I want to win that green jersey if possible. And last episode, we secured our second stage win in this race with Vazar. But the race ain't over, and I want to win another stage. Our first opportunity is a sprint stage for Casper Andersen. The next day will be difficult because this looks like a GC stage with the Port de Balès just before the finish line. On stage 17, I want to be in the breakaway because 4 categorized climbs, Col du Portillon, Col de Pere-Sourde, also next to that Vallauron-Azé, and finally the Plat climb. Then a historical stage from Port to Hautacam. We've got the Col du Tourmalet and the Hautacam climb at the finish line. Fortunately, another opportunity for Casper Andersen just after that. A very unfortunate 52-kilometer time trial. And then the Paris-Champs-Élysées sprint. Looking at these stages, our biggest chance lies in the sprint stages, I think. So stage 15, 19, and 21. But in the other ones, I will be in the break. Anyway, let's start off with stage 15. First of all, the intermediate sprint. We've got 6k to go, our 4-man train is at the front. Let's try and get some points with Andersen. 2.5 kilometers to go. Page can come out of the wheel with Andersen in the wheel. There we go. We've got Andersen perfectly in the wheel. Oh my god. I was looking at the right bottom instead of the left. It's still 3.5k to go. I'm going way too early. Let's drop back to 90. Let's get Wang back on the front. And let's ride on 90 again. Jesus, what a failure. Anyway, let's keep going. Wang out of the way. Casper Andersen in the wheel. I'm still able to actually get something out of this. 1.5k to go. Andersen will launch right now from the wheel on the right. Page is kind of blocking Vernon by accident, but we are getting a big lead on them. Philipsen tries to come around, but no. We've got the points here with my boy Casper Andersen perfectly. That means we're now 20 points behind. I know dehydration is the key to victory, but I don't want to risk it today, so let's get some water to everybody here in the last 10 kilometers perfectly. We're a bit blocked right now on the left side. Let's try and come around into the final few kilometers. Into the last 3 kilometers, these other riders are sprinting much faster than I am. Baudin tries to come around on the right side, maybe with Page. No. Let's launch with Page. We're actually pulling through nicely. Last kilometer coming up. Let's launch with Casper Andersen right now. We've got better sprinters on the right. This looks like it won't work. It won't be for today. A regular top 10 today. One benefit, both Ewan and Philipsen finished behind us, so we gained points on them once again at the finish line. And that shows because we're now on 13 points of the lead of the points classification, so we moved up. That's a solid stage for us. That being said, I obviously hoped for a better position than 7th. Anyway, stage 16 then, mountain stage with Bagnères de Luchon has finished, but Port de Balès just before that, so breakaway time for us. Looks like Page and Vazar start at the front, so let's attack straight away. There we go. Let's go into the break with them. So we made it to the breakaway with 2 riders, Scarfi in there, Azurmendi and Nick Schultz, but next to that, 8 very strong climbers, Maz, Maika, Latour, Champoussin, Alaphilippe, Bardet, Quintana and Yates are joining, so those are riders I don't like in a breakaway. That being said, we had the first KOM point already, and in that KOM point, I lost from Nick Schultz, so not great. So the peloton decided to catch the breakaway, so I went on the attack again. Vazar together with Nick Schultz again. We're trying to chase down Sosa and Chevalier. Hopefully, this is the final breakaway. Intermediate sprint time. Points are to be gotten because there's only a break of 4 riders. Now, Andersen can launch right now with 1k to go. We've got Ewan on the right, Andersen on the left. Are we going to win it? Jacobsen tries to come around. Yes, we win it. Nice. Here we go. The proper climbing is starting with the Col de Portet d'Aspet, 7.8k at 6%. The thing is, we've been in the break for a second time now in this stage, which means that our yellow bar and our red bar is not looking that great. Here we go. These other guys are launching earlier. Vazar's in the wheel, tries to come around right now in the last 200 meters. We don't have the energy though. Chevalier will take it. We'll get second, so that's at least a decent amount of points. We're now on 95 points with Schultz on 39. But fortunately, Schultz is being dropped, so looks to be the weaker of these 4 riders. I do expect him to come back before the next climb. Meanwhile, the peloton is on 8 minutes of us, so this break will actually make it, so I'm kind of worried that Vazar will just not be able to compete for the stage. Schultz is being dropped. We've got 1k towards the top. These riders will almost attack. Oh, Sosa's done for. Sosa's done for. I was not expecting that. I was expecting to follow him. Let's try and come around with Vazar on the line. No. Let's get into his wheel. We've started the Port de Balès, 19.5 kilometers. Chevalier and Vazar have been working well together in the valley, which means that these 2 boys are still behind. 44 seconds, but the peloton is closing in. A high pace by Sivakov, now 5 minutes 50 behind. Come on, Vazar. You can do this. We need to drop Chevalier on this climb and keep the peloton behind us. 5.9 kilometers towards the top. I believe the peloton will catch us, to be honest. 3 minutes towards these 2 riders, but the peloton is catching them as we speak with Almeida already on the wheel, so The peloton's technically 3 minutes and 15 seconds behind us. 2 kilometers towards the top. Chevalier has energy. I do not. I'm sitting in his wheel. 1.7k towards the top. The peloton 2 minutes behind. Attacks will follow. Come on, Vazar. Come on, hold on to this damn wheel. Chevalier will attack for those points, but we can't follow. That is the issue. I'm gonna try and push this last kilometer with the energy we have. Hopefully we can get relatively close to him and come back into the descent, but it looks like it won't be working. I think Chevalier is running off to a victory right here. Foss coming up fast, but we are taking the points right here. The second points at least. We're now gonna go all out in the descent. We've brought it down from 38 seconds to 28, 30, 33. Come on. 10 kilometers of descending to go. Give it your all, Vazar. Nah. This flat section is killing us. We're not getting back, are we? There he is, Maxime Chevalier, celebrating very oddly, but he's finishing and winning this stage. We're gonna finish on 30 seconds of the winner. I think we could have won that if we didn't spend our energy. Maybe on that second cat climb, if we didn't go for KOM points, we might have had more at the finish line. This one actually hurts. We were so close here. 43 seconds in the end. But hey, Chevalier was better and deserves the win. But we can be very happy about the polka dot jersey because 111 points, it's basically already secure, I feel like. Next to that, we once again crawled a bit closer when it comes to the points jersey, now on 12 points of Caleb Ewan. And if you're wondering, Tadej Pogačar is still winning this Tour de France with 27 seconds on Egan Bernal. Unfortunately, I've got a feeling that stage 17 will most likely end in a GC battle because a stage like this usually doesn't go to the breakaway. But hey, we'll give it a try. Another day in the race, another day with an attack of Page and Vazar at the start. Let's go in the breakaway with these two. There's no point in sprinting at the intermediate sprint for Anderson because 16 riders in the break means all points are gone. In the break, Kruijswijk is pacing for Mas at the bottom of the Col du Portillon, the first climb of the day, and I gotta speed up a bit, otherwise I'll drop with Vazar and we don't want that. The peloton is catching rider by rider from the breakaway. We're kind of off the back as well with Vazar. Page is done for, but Vazar should be able to come back towards the top. Here we go, we are passing Jack Haig, who is now riding for Quickstep, and it's such a weird sight to see. We're gonna try and settle ourselves in the wheel of the next group because they should come back to the front. Next climb, Col de Peresurde. As you can see, we're not in the group at the front, but we are in the second group with Kafi. That's kind of the plan. I want to do my own tempo on the climb, not follow any big attacks because otherwise I'm gonna get burned. Last 2 kilometers towards the top, we're gonna drop Kafi right now. We're gonna bridge up towards Mas, Schultz, and Azurmendi here. And let's try and take the points at the top here. In second place, I think I can reach. I don't think I'll beat the first rider up the road, which is Quintana. Actually, I might get close, but I'm not sure I'm going to spend the energy to do that. I do want to try and fight for the stage, but then again, the stage is not winnable because the peloton's right here. So I might as well hit it all to try and get these points, because why not? There we go. Goodbye, Quintana. Actually, oh, yeah, goodbye, Quintana. Let's drop it down to 65. And we should still be able to get the points here just like that. Perfect. We now have 121 points and Schultz is on 43. 30 kilometers left in a bit of an annoying valley before the Col de Valoronazé. We've got Quintana with us. We're the only 2 riders in front of the peloton. The gap is now a minute, so we're definitely not fighting for the stage. So let's just try and beat Quintana on the next climb. The tempo by Carapaz behind is not extremely high, but the gap is kind of closing down to 50 seconds now. Quintana's attacking me. Let's just do my own tempo. The climb is only 5 kilometers. I think I can crawl that back towards the top. He's going to blow up. Ooh, Quintana's done for, but I'll be honest, I am as well. I've got like half a red bar, so this won't be the greatest end to a climb. I think the peloton will catch me. Gino Mader is actually going for the points, and looks like Gino Mader takes all points, and the peloton flies by. By the way, something I forgot to mention, we're now 78 mountain with Vazar at our base stat, so that's looking amazing. So this mountain jersey is honestly really secure. On to the final climb then. Pladade, we've got 10.4 kilometers at 8.3%. We're gonna get dropped here. Attack the Tadej Pogačar at the front of the race. Bernal following, Lopez following. So still 3 guys at the front of the race. The race has not been decided yet. Ooh, looks like they were both in trouble there for a second. I think this might be a close one at the finish line. There goes Pogačar again at the front. Bernal in the wheel. Nobody else reacting. It's going to be a sprint between these two. Bernal tries to come around. He's actually going to do it. No. Pogačar keeps himself ahead of him. Looks like it's going to be Pogačar on the line. Yes. Pogačar will strengthen his leader's jersey here. So yeah, Pogačar 31 seconds ahead of Bernal now in GC. But most importantly, Vazar very strong in the polka dot jersey, and it won't change, that's for certain. In the next stage, we'll be fighting for this jersey. We need those 12 points on Caleb Ewan. I want this green jersey. Another mythical mountain stage with Col du Tourmalet and at the finish line, Otakam. Big stage, but it's gonna be difficult for the breakaway. We'll try though. There we go. Attaque de Hugo Page et Yanis Vazar. A rather large group on the road today. We've got 24 riders in the breakaway. Our chances to win the stage with the break are, I don't know actually, 8 minutes to the peloton, which means that the gap is pretty significant, but UAE is kind of controlling the gap. So I don't know if this break will make it. Let's hope it does. The first proper climb has begun. Col du Tourmalet, 17.1 kilometers at 7.4%. The tempo will increase, as you can see, by Sam Oomen, who has Enric Mas in the group, but also Ruben Guerrero. So they've got two teammates from Mas to try and pull this home. Just like a few other riders, Hugo Page is off the back. Vazar is holding on to a second group on the climb. So we're not with the best, but I want to try and keep my energy as long as possible on this climb and bridge over towards the top. Definitely not the best day for Vazar. We're having severe trouble following the tempo in the second group right here with Quintana, Cherkasov and Bilbao. Going 72 and our yellow is basically gone with 3.5k to the top. So this day might already be over. At the front, I'm expecting an attack for the KOM points imminently. There goes Schultz on the right side of the road. Nobody else going over him at the moment. Looks like Bardet's trying on the left. Quintana tries to come past versus Mas here. Quintana or Mas? It will be Quintana that tops the Tourmalet first, but we are nowhere to be seen. We are roughly a minute behind, 2 minutes behind. That's not good. The front riders are about to start the finishing climb, Otakam, and the gradients are 14 kilometers at 7.8%. We are now on 2 minutes 30. I'm going to try and do this climb on my tempo, hoping that we can get a bit closer somehow. Attacks at the front, Bardet going. We've got Mas in the wheel and Schultz in the wheel of that. Looks like Bardet is not doing too well energy-wise though. This is going to be a curious fight for the stage win. At the front, Schultz has been dropped. We've got Bardet and Mas left, but an attack by Bernal against Pogacar behind. Pinot's closing it for Pogacar. And there is the attack of Enric Mas. He's now flying towards the finish line. He's going to be winning on Otakam, it seems. Yes, sir. Enric Mas wins. There we go. Surprisingly, Bernal's going to take a minute on Pogacar because he ain't moving. He's sitting in the wheel of Pinot. Now he goes. Now he tries to launch, but I think it is too late. He's going to lose a minute, and that is actually going to cost him in GC quite a bit. The yellow jersey. Egan Bernal is the new leader of the Tour de France. Wow. Then again, there's a time trial coming and I think Pogacar will smoke him. Today we mathematically secured the KOM jersey. 121 for Vazar. It's over. But now starts our next battle. 2 sprint stages to go and Casper Andersen is 12 points behind Caleb Ewan. Our first opportunity in a sprint is right here. Casper Andersen, today's your day. I can feel it. 5 riders in the break, so the intermediate sprint still matters. I'm going to launch with Page right now. Andersen in the wheel. 1, get out of the way, my friend. Andersen launches right now. There we go. Ewan on the left. We've got Jakobsen next to us. I think we're going to get beaten. It's going to be... Oh, I just switched to the break. I've got no clue who won. Bash! No! Get home. Come on, come back, man. I have no clue who won that. Lignesund, Vokelen, Wirdian, Garrison, and Boilor. The breakaway and Andersen is 6th. So on paper, we have won that. But I am confused because before the stage it said we had 12 points behind. And I swear I just saw the game tell me that I'm 14 points behind. So I think there's a bug going on here. 8 kilometers left. I'm having a hard time moving to the front with my team. So let's hope it works out before the sprint starts. Maybe on the left side of the road I can. There we go. Don't spend too much energy following wheels here, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm going to take over with Gustav Wang relatively soon on 95. Pilot can get out of the way. This is terrible. This is terrible. Why are we blocked in? Why are we getting blocked in? One goes. Ah, what's happening? Why is everybody stopping for a second there? Anyway, 99, let's go, let's go, let's go. Page, get to the damn wheel as soon as possible. One can try and launch right now with Page in the wheel. We go across another corner. Page is ready to launch way too early. I think this is way too early. Andersen is going to launch early as well as a consequence right now. Try and get out of the wheel of Jakobsen. Ewan still has a lead out by the Lee. Andersen versus Stewart versus Ewan. It's going to be Synok taking it. Ewan takes points on us, so I'm a very sad man today. So yeah, a bad day for our points classification. 18 points behind now. No, 28 points behind. Jesus Christ, I can't math. Next up is a 53-kilometer time trial. There's no way I'm riding this because we've got no one that can compete here and no GC to work on either. So let's skip to the next stage. That being said, for GC, it mattered and Pogacar took a total of 29 seconds on Bernal, meaning that he's back in the yellow jersey by 5 seconds after stage 20. Legendary. Anyway, the last opportunity for the green jersey arrives right here. The Paris Champs-Élysées. We've got an intermediate sprint and the finish line to fight at. Casper Andersen, we need to be lucky. Caleb Ewan must have a very bad sprint today, and we must have a very good sprint today. Let's make it happen. The good news is Casper Andersen has a +3 on the day, so a better sprint stat. The bad news is a lot of riders are trying to get in the breakaway, so I'm trying to control it a bit so that a smaller break goes, which means more points at the intermediate sprint. 9 kilometers towards the intermediate sprint. It worked with the breakaway, only 2 riders up there, but they're kind of done for, so I might as well push it a bit with Simon Pelot and hope that we can catch them before the intermediate sprint. Then we're fighting for the full points. That might backfire if Caleb Ewan beats us, obviously. 4K towards the intermediate sprint. This is actually working. Gustav Wang can take over right now. Simon Pelot out of the way. Where is Caleb Ewan? He's not directly in the wheel, which means that we can take this. Page will launch right now with 2K to go. Andersen's energy not looking great. Andersen's energy not looking great. Let's launch right now. Andersen goes from the wheel of Page. Ewan is not in my wheel. He will be beaten. Where's the finish line? I didn't see the finish line, so I don't know if you won that. I think did we? 23 points behind now? Yes, we did. We gained 5 points on Ewan. 15 kilometers to ride. We are pacing at the front of the peloton with a major sprint train. I shouldn't go too fast though, because Casper Andersen's yellow bar is not too amazing, but I want to bring the stage home. Now the sketchy uphill. Let's do 99 with Prigent. Let's try and get a bit of a gap on the other sprinters. 95 after it, because otherwise gaps will occur in the sprint train. 90. Let's not do too much. There we go. We're at the front now. 3.5 kilometers to go. Perfect sprint train. Energy Gel. Maybe a bit too late, to be honest, though, my man. I will not take over yet. I think I will take over already with Gustav Wang. This means Baudin needs to get out of the way ASAP. There we go. Page is next. Let's try and launch almost right now with Gustav Wang. Page in the wheel. Let's try and launch with Page. Andersen in that wheel. Come on. We got to get to Jacobsen. Launch right now with Andersen. Andersen tries to come around. Andersen versus Synok. This is really close. I think Synok takes it. We get second. We take plenty of points on Caleb Ewan because he's not in the top 20. He hasn't finished yet. We might take this jersey. We nearly had the stage win, but Simon Synok beats us on the line. I am very curious what the green jersey looks like because, well, I think we are very close. Or we might have it. But first of all, Tadej Pogačar wins the Tour de France with 5 seconds only on Egan Bernal. There's our man, Yanis Vazar on the podium, on the Paris podium with the KOM jersey among his shoulders. Beautiful. And we've done it. Another jersey among our shoulders. Casper Andersen takes the green jersey as well on the podium. So, we secured it at the last possible moment on the sprint on the Champs-Élysées. Wonderful. We might not have won a stage in week 3, but we secured what we wanted, which is the green jersey and the polka dot jersey, so I definitely can't complain about the team performance. So that was our first Tour de France. Yanis Vazar takes home one stage and the KOM jersey. Casper Andersen takes home another stage and the green jersey. A wonderful first Grand Tour for the team. Before we finish off today's video, there's one more thing we need to do. We gotta renew with Tudor Pro Cycling. There we go. They're gonna be our sponsor for 1 more year. Let us extend that. And that brings us to August 1st, the start of the transfer market. Now, I will not do that today, I'm afraid. I'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon for the next episode. Goodbye.